The movie starts with a woman in distress running. Her name is Mommy. Someone is chasing her, screaming her name. Unfortunately, she ends up being ran over by a car. The man catches up to her. The title then tells us that nobody dies in this film because it's a comedy and that these events happened 20 years ago. We are in Los Angeles 1983. Mommy is 17 and her mom married a rich guy. This is the new house. Charlie is 16 and is her new stepbrother. She sees him and gets him out of his virginity. Charlie's mother learns about the news and is disgusted. Mommy then gets kicked out of the house. We now jump into 19 years later. Mommy is walking for her massage appointment, a little bit mad that a man will be doing it, but goes ahead. Xavier comes in and starts the massage. It's so obvious Mommy isn't comfortable. Xavier then gets on her, ready to kiss her, and both make love. It is part of the service. After it, Mommy is back at her job listening a teenager complain. Mommy is a psychiatrist. She slips and says she had also one when she was her age. That night, Mommy gets home. She is so tired, she calls Charlie, who is now managing his family's restaurant. Charlie is gay now. He joins his boyfriend for a dinner with another couple of lesbians with their son. Meanwhile, at the same restaurant, Jude is with her friend getting drunk. She gets invited to sing at a karaoke bar. After finishing her song, she steps out, and Otis, who was impressed by Jude's performance, invites her to replace their sick singer. Otis then says bye to Charlie as he leaves work. He goes home and do the dirty while watching security tapes of Charlie. Meanwhile, Charlie, having a hard time to sleep, tries to get some work done. The day Mommy steps out of her house while we are introduced to Nicky, a 25-year-old man. Mommy goes to see him as he left a letter at her door. Nicky says he does documentaries and has a proposal for her. He knows she had a kid. She reminds him she doesn't have children. He tells her legally you don't have children, but that kid is still yours. Nicky knows all about that kid who just turned 18. Mommy asks who the hell is Nicky. He describes himself as a mentor for that kid. Nicky wants to film the whole thing, her finding her kid. Mommy doesn't believe it. But Mommy doesn't want to see her son. She was going to have an abortion until someone talked her out of it. She doesn't like the idea of this documentary. She wants to know where her son is, or she will go to the police and put charges against Nicky. Nicky is so shocked she doesn't care about her son and leaves. Mommy then starts following him. Just so you know, Mommy never told anyone about her baby, not even Charlie. Nicky goes to an apartment. Mommy's is outside. Javier is with her in the car to help. She reveals to him the father of the baby died in plane crash. Meanwhile, Jude joins Otis at his house to start singing with the band. They really love her singing. After it, Jude asks why is Otis the leader. The group finds him untalented, but he is rich, they say. His dad is important and knows all the clubs in town. Jude is shocked to learn he may be gay. That same night, Mommy is still outside. As soon as Mickey leaves, her and JV break into his apartment. They search the entire place looking for clues. Mommy then finds a form of the day she left the baby. Nicky is heard coming back outside. They step out and he catches them, then points a gun at them. She tries to calm him down. Mommy lies that Javier is your new documentary because he is an immigrant from Mexico crossing the border. It's the American dream, she says. Nicky finds the idea to suck, not better than the mother finding her kid. Javier says he is a prostitute. Nicky pauses as Javier elaborates he does massages with happy endings for the rich Beverly Hills ladies. Nicky seems very interesting. Next, Javier and Mummies are driving as she is shocked Javier wants to do this. He is happy to do it so she can find her son. Meanwhile, Otis is in his house talking to Jude. Jude is taking some food home and she is making herself comfortable. Jude wants a tour of the house. Otis is uncomfortable but still does it for her. He tries to calm her down as she gets so excited. Once in his room, she starts removing her clothes. He doesn't want to do it, but she starts kissing him. He lies that he has a girlfriend. She wants him to try, so he kisses her back. Both then make love as she guides him. It's his first time. The next morning, Jude is going through his stuff while he sleeps. She watches his gay tapes. Otis' dad then comes back home. He finds Jude with her breast out. She introduces herself to him. The dad is speechless. She comes back to the room and tells Otis, "Thanks to me, your dad doesn't know you are gay." He tells her he is not gay. She shows him the gay tapes. He then says goodbye to her as the dad watches. Once back, the dad congratulated him on the girl. Meanwhile, Charlie wants to announce something to his partner Gil. He discovered something. He then says, "Max is your kid. Your biological defendant." The kid that they were having dinner with their two mums in the beginning of the film. Gil is speechless and confused. Charlie reminds him he donated his sperm not long ago and shows him a picture of Gil young and that kid named Max who is one of their siblings. Gil isn't convinced. Charlie believes the parents of that kid lied, it's theirs. Gil has known Pam since 8th grade, he doesn't believe she lied about her son Max being actually Gil's son. Gil wants to call them, but Charlie wants to let it sink in. That same night they are invited by the two mums for dinner. Charlie sneaks in to go to Max's room while he sleeps, trying to get a piece of his hair for DNA test. Gil wants to stop him, thinking Charlie is crazy, just leave it alone. The next day Mommy is with Nikki, who is filming her. They are going through the footage and Nikki asks who is the guy on the picture. It's her ex-husband. He also asks questions about JV. Nikki then continues to film while on the other side of town Jude is singing at the restaurant with Otis looking at Charlie. Frank, Otis' father, is there and he keeps looking at her, while Otis realizes it. Minutes later the whole band is eating at Otis' house, and the father seems really interested in Jude. Otis tries to tell her it's time to leave. Frank, realizing Jude is sleeping on someone's couch, invites her to move in the house. Otis isn't okay with that. The next day, Otis tells her this house is only temporary. Otis seems a little jealous when she says we are breaking up and maybe sleep with his dad. He can't believe she is thinking of sleeping with his dad. He is 48, he says. She threatens him to tell his dad that he is gay if he wants to stop it. She says for it to happen, you need to break up with me first. He then tells his dad they broke up. Frank seems happy. Jude is then relaxing by the pool. Frank arrives. This is the moment he has been waiting for. He will make his move, and from now the movie will go to a place nobody anticipated.